Right now, thousands of people are on the streets protesting because a promised increase in the minimum wage is being delayed time and again. They know the economy grew by more than 6% last year and want to know when their wages are going to grow too. We're going live to Jakarta in a moment, but first this report from Vaessen.
A strange sight at a time of growth, a factory backing up. This producer of children's wear is moving its production to China. More than 200 workers have been sent home with severance pay.
For
the garment industry, the salary costs are very high, around 30%. So if the minimum wage goes up by 50%, like in Jakarta, our salary will be up to 45% of our total costs. This is dangerous because we are competing with cheap imports from China.
This is not what you expect to see in a booming economy, a factory closing down and moving its production abroad. Employers are complaining that Indonesia is rapidly losing its competition and that higher labor costs will not lead to higher welfare, but to higher unemployment. Since Indonesia's economy is growing more than 6%, labor unions demanded a fairer share for their workers. After crowded and sometimes violent protests, local governments decided to raise the minimum wages by around 40%. At the end of January, many workers began receiving a higher salary of around $200 a month. Still not enough to afford proper housing. Others have yet to receive the raise because employers are still negotiating with the government, like metal worker Dedi Junaidi.
We need a proper life. That's impossible when the minimum wage doesn't go up. Even before the raise has been paid, the price of everything has gone up already.
Despite complaints from employers, labor unions say that minimum wages in China and Vietnam are still higher. They do admit, though, that productivity of Indonesian workers should be increased.
We don't want people to lose their jobs because of higher minimum wages. But what we do want is openness and accountability. So if a company or investor can't afford to pay the minimum wage, they should provide evidence.
Employers' organizations have warned that more than 500,000 workers could lose their jobs due to the higher minimum wages, and more than 800 factories could close down. So far, this maker of children's clothes is one of the first to really pack up and leave.